Those who own XRP are welcome back to the crypto room. You guys are great. I enjoy reading what you have to say. Always do a good job, and know that your boy Crypto will send you these reports every day. BitMEX is the first exchange that lets you use our LUSD as margin when you trade futures on its website. There you have it. Like Crypto, your boy, said it would. You know this has been going to happen since the start of our LUSD if you watch my show every day. A safe coin that can be linked to many other coins is our LUSD. This is why people want to sell it for other coins. I don't like dealing with leverage, but this shows how sure these even trades are becoming. Like with our LUSD, I really think this is just the start. But thanks for joining us again today on Crypto. We can see that prices have gone down a little everywhere. The market is still mostly up. Keep in mind that the market has been very green lately. In the past hour, we've already seen the market start to go up again. It looks great when you look at XRP at $2.27. Bitcoin is worth $134.3 billion, 1% more than it was before. Every 24 hours, deals worth about $4 billion take place. This channel is not meant to be used as financial advice. As always, I want to make that clear before we go any further. For any business, you should always learn more about it first before putting money into it. Take a look at this. The U.S. House has passed President Trump's big, beautiful bill, and it is now going on to the next step. What does this mean? A lot of people will say, well, this doesn't really help that, middle-class people. Rich people are more likely to use it. I kind of agree with that, but I wouldn't say that small-cap projects wouldn't be touched if you looked into what this bill does. I don't think small-cap projects would be affected unless they are based in the U.S. Maybe crypto would be affected, too. That could be made clearer. Small-cap stocks could get a lot of attention because there are good reasons to do so. That's not the case right now. Tell me what you think about this, and if you think this bill should go to the next level. Let's also look at this. Yes, XRP will become less uncertain over time as more people want to use it. Would you believe me if I told you that was already starting to happen? A lot of people will be at your crypto ZX. What is going on with these big changes we see on the daily chart? That sounds good, right? If you look at the big picture, though, this is by far one of the best coins to hold on to in 2025. I can be argued with by anyone. You can check out everything the control has gone up by a full 10% since December when it was at its lowest point. 10% is a huge number. The price of XRP did not move above or below the 38.2 Fibonacci line. This is pretty much the only thing that proves how strong XRP is. I totally agree with moving forward. More and more companies will join, which will make that a lot better, especially when the ETFs prove their worth, which I think they will. After a better-than-expected jobs report in June, the S&P 500 hits a new high. You should know how well S&P is doing. After all-time high, it's pretty much the same thing. You can see that didn't happen when you look at the April fix. Since then, the price of the S&P 500 average has gone through the roof, making it look like that never happened. Many things are going well for S&P. Tech stocks are doing really well right now. The crypto market is also doing very well. I think it's time for altcoins and projects that use them to get some attention. Check out the burn to smoke course. Yes, central banks have put a limit on how much gold can cost. Gold like that should be used again as a neutral backup tool. What does this mean? You may also want to know what this means for Bitcoin and other coins. By the way, that's a great question to ask yourself. What does this mean? In other words, I'll try to make this clear for everyone by explaining what it means. It means that the central banks don't care and don't trust each other. It's correct to use the word confidence for the bills. That is, they are not holding on to that. Instead, they are going into gold. They have been getting gold for a long time, and now they have a lot of it. These are very much the same things that are going on at central banks like the Federal Reserve and the European Central Bank. How does this help crypto? You may ask. Remember that Bitcoin is known as digital gold. It's hard to get both. This is because Bitcoin was first made to keep people safe from inflation. Now, big businesses all over the world are beginning to understand that Bitcoin is an investment for the long run. If you look at the map, it's been going faster than you thought. Also, there are only 21 million Bitcoins. We can't just print more Bitcoin and give them to people. That's not how it works. Now things start to make sense and become interesting. The market worth of Nvidia is almost $4 trillion. Tech stocks are going through the roof right now. As I already told you, we can see it for ourselves. You should know that many of them have been going crazy. It was also this week that we talked about shared parenting. We also asked for a Fed master account so that we could hold funds directly with the Fed in our LUSD while Congress works on making clear bank rules and laws. This is not at all like the years of Operation Choke Point 2.0. This part needs our care. You already know that digital money is getting better. All of this will start to happen, and it will also start to make sense. Vin, that's correct. This is what we mean when we say that the price is still somewhere in this range. Vincent had a good point about market makers and bot trade. I also had something to say. I've already told you that there's more to it than that. The power is another part. There has been a 10% rise since December. 10%. Guys, that's a big jump for the boss. Pay attention. Another thing we need to think about is that I believe if the control was still at 55%, it would be unbelievable. I think that XRP would have been very close to its all-time high. I believe that, but take a look at this. You know how bots move the market and when it might stop. As you might expect, XRP's price goes up every time it has big news, like a court case win or a really hot relationship. But what's strange about that? Token prices that are going up have nothing to do with ADA, XLM, or even obstacle altcoins. This is not news or makes sense. That's not how people figure out prices. You can't see anything but bots' hands there. Hey, check this out. Do bots change the value of XRP? In fact, bots react to XRP news milliseconds before people do. They also use cross-token tactics to boost assets that aren't linked to each other. It's clear that these bots are better than regular users because they can get to the order book info faster and sometimes even better. The XRP price gets mixed up, and the way the market acts around it no longer shows how buyers feel or what the facts are. In short, the bears are trying to show you who they are and why they want to keep the price low. The price shouldn't go up because that's not what they want. They also don't want both of them to win, so they want to keep the price as low as possible, but I believe the bulls will win in the end, no matter what. But based on what we see, this can make a difference right now. I agree with his point of view too. We went up a bit if you look at the majority, which is 65 points to 9%. But if you look at BTC 109,800, you can see that we're about to test 110,000 once. More, we actually checked $110,000 again early this morning, just like we thought we would last night. But you want the daily close to happen here. That could really push us to a new high, and we might even do it again before the end of the week. Check out this rerun at $2.31 if you're interested in XRP. At $2.33. It's not where I've been talking about it, though. This level is so important to me. I'm going for the 23.6 if this can break out, as I've said 1,000 times, but do tell me what you think in the space below. Why are you guys still not signed up if you already are? We'll see you late next time on Crypto. Click the red subscribe button.